Tonight, breaking news. The severe weather threat moves to the East Coast after a weekend of deadly tornadoes. 70 million Americans now on alert. Damaging wind gusts, large hail, the danger lasting through the night, already forcing ground stops at major airports. A tornado watch for the Washington, D.C. area. Much of the Northeast under a severe thunderstorm watch. All of this coming at the end of a deadly holiday weekend. At least 21 people were killed. More than 70 reported tornadoes across 12 states. Some of the worst damage was in Texas, a gas station where dozens were sheltering what it looked like inside as the structure was destroyed by a 135-mile-per-hour tornado. Hundreds of thousands without power. All of this during what's already been a record-breaking travel weekend, and as millions of Americans head home. Gio Benitez from LaGuardia Airport, Mireya Villarreal from Texas, and Samar Theodore standing by to time it all out. The desperate search in the southwestern Pacific as hopes fade of finding any more survivors following a massive landslide in Papua New Guinea. Families searching for their loved ones. More than 2,000 people feared buried. James Longman with the latest. Israel responds in the aftermath of its deadly airstrike on a Rafah refugee camp. At least 50 people were killed, more than 200 injured. Prime Minister Netanyahu calls it a tragic mishap. Britt Clennett reports tonight from Israel. The urgent search for suspects in the death of a former General Hospital actor. Officials say Johnny Wachter was killed during a robbery, what his friends and family are saying tonight. Former President Trump prepares for a crucial week ahead as his hush money trial nears its end. Eric Katursky is here to break it all down. Tributes pour in for a basketball legend, Bill Walton, a giant on and off the court. We look back at his life and career. Mid-air scare aboard a Spirit Airlines flight from Jamaica, passengers putting on life jackets. Health concerns forced Bruce Springsteen to postpone concerts in Europe. And America strong tonight. We hear again from the young man on a mission to honor the last of the greatest generation, how he's commemorating this Memorial Day.
From ABC News World Headquarters in New York, this is World News Tonight with David Muir.
Good evening, and thanks so much for joining us on this Memorial Day. I'm Lindsay Davis in for David. We begin tonight with the deadly tornado outbreak and severe storms sweeping across a large swath of the country. The death toll is rising. At least 21 people killed. 72 reported tornadoes across a dozen states over the long weekend. At this hour, there are severe weather threats from Alabama to New York, a tornado watch along the mid-Atlantic states, heavy rain and flash flooding from Washington, D.C. to Philadelphia to New York. These are the harrowing moments as a deadly tornado tore through a convenience store in Valley View, Texas. Winds up to 135 miles per hour. Dozens of people sheltering inside. Amazingly, everyone made it out alive. Time-lapse video shows the intense lightning strikes over Bowling Green, Kentucky. Foreboding weather as a record number of Americans return home this holiday weekend. New York's JFK Airport ordering a ground stop this afternoon. Thousands of flights delayed. 70 million people on alert for severe storms along the East Coast. We have the forecast in a moment. But first, ABC's Mireya Villarreal leads us off from the storm zone in Texas.
Tonight, the death toll rising from a severe weather outbreak targeting the East Coast for Memorial Day.
From North Carolina, the Outer Banks, all the way to New York City, dealing with strong storms.
Those storms targeting crucial airports on a very busy day for air travel. Our Gio Benitez at LaGuardia.
Here in the New York area, we are already seeing hundreds of cancellations and delays after those ground stops. And of course, these are major airports, so we will see ripple effects across the country.
The system now hitting the east, the same one that left a trail of destruction across multiple states.
What do I do?
72 tornadoes reported since Friday, and tonight we're seeing firsthand what it was like inside a gas station as it was hit by an EF2 tornado north of Dallas Saturday night. A storm chaser taking shelter with families in the dark. Seconds after they get inside, face to face with a 135-mile-an-hour twister. Miraculously, no one here was seriously hurt.
Oh my God!
You can see the sheer force of this tornado right behind me. I mean, the metal coming completely down from the gas station, cars flipped over and then landing on top of each other.
Stay down!
You can see Ricky Heron in that video, in the orange hat. He told our Samara Theodora he laid on top of his wife to protect her.
It got so intense that I could feel every particle of dirt, sand, fiberglass, glass hitting my face. 200
homes and businesses just in Texas destroyed. Over 600,000 without power at one point. At least 21 killed across 4 states, including 4 children. States of emergency declared in Texas, Arkansas, and Kentucky, where officials say at least 100 highways and roads sustained damage.
Lindsay, some scary moments for the Vasquez family. They rode out the storm in the home that you see right behind me. The roof is gone. The home is completely destroyed. But they have an army of people here helping with the cleanup of all the debris because they know this weather is relentless. More storms are expected for this area overnight, with the bigger threat coming tomorrow, the possibility of high winds, hail, and even more tornadoes. Lindsay?
They just cannot get a break there. Mireya, thank you. And let's get right to ABC meteorologist Samara Theodora in Texas. Samara, this severe weather just continues unabated.
That's right, Lindsay. In fact, about 20 minutes south of where I stand right now, a severe thunderstorm watch is in effect, and that spans from Denton and Dallas, Texas, as far south as San Antonio. We're also monitoring the threat for severe thunderstorms throughout the southeast. The I-95 corridor, though, from Washington, D.C. down into North Carolina, a tornado watch has been issued until 10 p.m. tonight, with severe storms possible as far north as upstate New York. The other threat we're watching for is rain. Memorial Day flood threat along the I-95 corridor overnight. Heavy rain could lead to flash flooding, especially in that area in yellow, including Scranton, Pennsylvania. And then tomorrow, we are anticipating the threat for an elevated risk of storms that could bring more tornadoes and damaging wind and large hail to this region here in central Texas. And they're still reeling from the tornadoes we saw this past weekend. Lindsay?
We know you'll be monitoring it for us, Samara. Thank you. Now to the horrific scene unfolding overseas. More than 2,000 people possibly buried in a catastrophic landslide in Papua New Guinea. A desperate search continues for survivors trapped in mud and debris. Rescuers are struggling to reach the victims. Here's ABC's foreign correspondent, James Longman.
2,000 people are now feared buried alive tonight in that devastating Papua New Guinea landslide. That's 3 times previous estimates. More than 72 hours since it struck, locals are still digging for survivors with spades, sticks, anything they can find, even their bare hands. More than 150 homes were engulfed here, the rubble 25 feet deep in places. Local media say rescuers have heard cries for help and that one couple was incredibly found alive. Few were as lucky. This woman says she has 18 family members buried in the debris, but that she's helpless to retrieve them. The first heavy machinery arrived today, but the recovery operation is dangerous. Terrain still unstable. Rescuers can only move so fast. So far, they've found the bodies of just 5 victims.
It's very difficult to recover the bodies from underneath the heavy debris. And the land is still sliding. Rocks are continuing to fall.
Before and after satellite images show the extent of the damage. The landslide slicing through a thousands-foot-long scar in the hillside.
And tonight, Lindsay, with those search efforts proving difficult, the government of Papua New Guinea has formally asked the international community for help. Lindsay?
Just heart-wrenching, James. Thank you. Tonight, Israel is facing backlash for a deadly airstrike killing dozens of Palestinians at a camp in Rafah. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu is calling it a tragic mishap, saying they were targeting 2 Hamas leaders. It comes just days after the UN's top court ordered Israel to immediately halt its military operation in Rafah. Here's ABC's Britt Clement.
Tonight, screams of horror amid a burning inferno. The frightful, frantic moments after Israeli strikes engulfed a refugee camp in western Rafah on Sunday night. Desperate attempts to put out the flames, people scrambling to rescue anyone they can. At least 50 killed and 249 injured in the overnight attack, according to the Hamas-run Gaza Health Ministry. Many people treated with severe burns and shrapnel injuries. Tonight, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu calling the strikes a tragic mishap, saying there was a technical failure and that the incident will be investigated. The strikes hitting the Tal al-Sultan area. Manal Salman saying, "We were in the tents and suddenly we found rockets falling on us in the same place. There is nowhere safe for us to go." Her family now forced to move for the 8th time. The IDF claiming they were conducting an intelligence-based strike, which killed 2 senior Hamas officials, stating they regret any harm to uninvolved civilians during combat. The White House speaking out, a National Security Council spokesperson calling the images out of Rafah devastating and heartbreaking, adding that Israel must protect civilians, though maintaining the White House position that Israel has a right to go after Hamas.
Lindsay, a U.S. official telling ABC News they received information from the Israelis that material from the strike may have ignited a fuel tank, creating that massive fire. And 2 IDF officials telling me that details are still unclear. And Lindsay, authorities are also investigating what happened after an Egyptian soldier was killed in an exchange of fire involving Israeli troops at the Rafah crossing. Lindsay.
Britt, thank you. Here in the U.S., the urgent manhunt for suspects wanted for the deadly shooting of former General Hospital actor Johnny Wachter in Los Angeles. Police believe he was shot and killed after interrupting 3 suspects stealing from his car. Here's ABC's Zareen Shah.
Johnny Wachter was best known for his role on General Hospital, but tonight police in Los Angeles are searching for his killer after the actor was fatally shot early Saturday morning. Wachter's mother says he was leaving a bartending shift downtown with a female coworker when he saw someone working on his car. She says her son asked if he was getting towed.
The person looked up, they had a mask on, and they pulled out a gun. And from what I understand, Johnny literally stood in between himself and his colleague, and the shooter just pulled the trigger and ran away.
According to police, the suspects who got away were trying to steal the car's catalytic converter. Wachter was rushed to the hospital where he died. The 37-year-old actor was a familiar face on TV with appearances on more than a dozen shows like NCIS, Criminal Minds, and more than 160 episodes playing Brando Corbin on General Hospital.
When I got home, I thought I was handling it.
The show saying in a statement he was truly one of a kind and a pleasure to work with. Wachter's mother asking why the suspect had to shoot her son, telling ABC Johnny would have given him the car. There is a very large hole on our hearts and lives. Johnny Wachter's mom says her son was a beautiful soul who lived his life to the fullest. Meanwhile, LAPD detectives are looking for any clues to track down those killers. Lindsay.
Zareen, thank you. Here in New York, closing arguments are scheduled to begin tomorrow in the historic criminal trial of Donald Trump. He's charged with 34 felony counts, including falsifying business records to cover up hush money payments to Stormy Daniels just weeks before the 2016 presidential election. Let's bring in ABC's Aaron Katursky. And Aaron, we're expecting deliberations will likely begin Wednesday.
But first, those closing arguments tomorrow. Defense is going to go first, Lindsay. And Trump's attorney is going to say that of all the evidence, none of it points to any criminal intent on Trump's part. Look for the defense to also attack the credibility of witnesses, especially Michael Cohen, because he gave key testimony. Cohen testified that he spoke directly with Trump some 20 times about the hush payment to adult film star Stormy Daniels less than 2 weeks before the 2016 election. And when Trump reimbursed Cohen, prosecutors will argue Trump falsified business records to hide it all from voters. The closings are going to take most of the day, so deliberations are expected to start on Wednesday. And Trump will be in court, as he has for the last 6 weeks, and the trial is clearly on his mind. Lindsay, a Memorial Day social media post devolved into an attack on the judge. Trump remains under a gag order, but the judge is fair game.
The judge and DA not included in that gag
That's right.
order. All right, Aaron Katursky for us. Thanks so much. We learned today basketball legend Bill Walton has died following a long battle with cancer. The beloved Hall of Famer won championships in college as well as in the NBA. He was larger than life on and off the court, a one-of-a-kind announcer behind the mic, eccentric, unpredictable, and fun. Here's ABC's Trevor Ault.
A 6'11" free spirit, Bill Walton's legacy stands even taller. Walton was one of the best to ever play the sport, a two-time NCAA champion at UCLA and three-time Player of the Year, picked first overall in the 1974 NBA draft. He won championships with the Portland Trail Blazers and Boston Celtics, earning regular season and finals MVP honors, all while trumpeting the importance of teamwork and unselfishness.
You know, the cooperative spirit of just, making the team a better place, making the world a better place.
When foot injuries ended his career early, Walton stayed close to basketball in an improbable second act, fighting through a lifelong stutter, becoming a beloved basketball broadcaster.
Second chance opportunity. The physical nature of the Wildcats.
Known for his unbridled enthusiasm and off-the-wall tangents.
Bill is taking his shirt off.
His colorful personality matched by his signature tie-dye T-shirts, a tribute to his favorite band, The Grateful Dead. Walton reflecting on his life and career in the ESPN documentary series 30 for 30.
I am a better person today for the failures, for the problems, for the injuries, for the catastrophic health challenges. I'm certainly a different person.
And Lindsay, in a statement, NBA Commissioner Adam Silver said Walton was a dominant force on the court, but he'll most remember him for his boundless energy and his zest for life. Bill Walton was 71 years old. Lindsay.
And that big smile. Trevor, thank you. A solemn day across the U.S. as President Biden paid tribute to America's fallen troops on this Memorial Day. The president, joined by Vice President Harris, laying a wreath at the tomb of the unknown soldier at Arlington National Cemetery. Across the country, communities honoring those who served. Fair Lawn, New Jersey, hosting a parade for America's servicemen and women. And in Cape Girardeau, Missouri, more than 1,000 flags on display in tribute to those who died in the line of duty or following their service. And when we come back, the suspect in the arson attack on the New York City subway appears in court, what we're learning tonight. And a weekend stabbing spree in Massachusetts comes to an end. We have the latest. Next tonight, the suspect who police say lit a fire on the New York City subway, burning 2 people, appeared in court today, where he was ordered held on $250,000 bond. Authorities say Niles Taylor lit a can of alcohol and threw it at 2 people. Police released this surveillance video of Taylor from what they say is a similar incident back in February. The suspect accused in a stabbing spree in Massachusetts is set to appear in court tomorrow. Authorities say the man entered a movie theater in Braintree and stabbed 4 girls between the ages of 9 and 17 who were watching a movie on Saturday. They say he later stabbed 2 people at a McDonald's before leading police on a chase, which then ended in a crash. When we come back, the terrifying moments aboard a Spirit Airlines flight from Jamaica, passengers told to brace for a water landing, and why the boss is postponing some of his tour dates in Europe. To the index now, a scare for passengers aboard a Spirit Airlines flight from Jamaica to Fort Lauderdale. Passengers were instructed to prepare for a possible water landing. Video from inside the plane shows some with life vests. Spirit Airlines said the instructions were given out of an abundance of caution, and the plane returned safely to Jamaica. The boss is taking a break from his European tour on doctor's orders. Bruce Springsteen was told to rest his vocal cords and not perform for the next 10 days. Springsteen and the E Street Band are rescheduling 3 shows. They're set to resume their tour on June 12th. The family of pro golfer Grayson Murray is asking that people honor their son by being kind to one another. The 30-year-old died by suicide this weekend. He struggled with depression and alcohol abuse. If you or someone you know is struggling with mental health or thoughts of suicide, free confidential help is available 24 hours a day. Call or text the National Lifeline at 988. And when we come back, honoring some of the last of our World War II heroes on this Memorial Day weekend. Finally, on this Memorial Day, America Strong. The 20-year-old we previously met, what he's now done to honor the last of the greatest generation. Mission accomplished on this Memorial Day weekend for one Pennsylvania community.
You're looking good.
A celebration for those who served. A parade in honor of 31 World War II veterans. Guests of honor, all ranging in age from 96 to 104. 20-year-old Tyler Boland helped make it all possible.
In 1941, Pearl Harbor happened.
We shared Tyler's story last month as he set out to keep history alive by interviewing as many living World War II veterans as possible. He's already sat down with more than 100 so far to share their stories, keeping their legacy alive. Norman Reifsnyder served in the Army and the Battle of the Bulge.
My division landed in France about 2 months after D-Day, and there are very few of us left.
You look handsome, Benjamin.
Corporal Benjamin Barry says he has no regrets.
I definitely do it all over again. Country needed me, and I needed the country.
And Dorothy Dottie Trait, a real-life Rosie the Riveter. Dottie was a factory punch press operator during the war, and reminds us all of the true meaning of today's holiday.
Remembering and honoring those that gave their lives and support for our country. Very important.
To all who served, we salute you. Thanks for watching. I'm Lindsay Davis. Have a good night.
Thank you for making World News Tonight with David Muir, America's most watched newscast.